talking on it. I wanted to ask you like 2 quick questions.
Sure.
Number one, you taking over the job over here for the NY Sirens. What is your expectations for the entire season and your goals?
Yeah, I mean, appreciate the question, and I think, you know, coming to in a new role at a new place, I think the number one objective for me is to, you know, make sure that this team that we have this year is moving in the same direction. I mean, that started here today with our first practice. We've really tried to instill and build a really strong foundation that as the season goes along, that we can keep building upon. I think with any season, the goal is to be your very best at the end of the year, and I think we took some good first steps here today, but you know, we'll continue to build upon that as the year goes along.
All the hours that you put in as a coach in the off season and on season, how do you yourself take care of your mental and physical health and stay fresh?
Yeah, that's a really good question. You know, I think it's a good one because I think there's a lot more conversation nowadays about coaches being high performers and the need to take care of yourself, much like the players need to take care of themselves. You know, this off season for me has been tremendous because it's different than in years past where maybe I've been on the recruiting trail, and as a college coach it seems to never end. This has been nice to be able to step away a little bit, you know, dig into the areas that you want to grow personally and address some of those. But for me, it's, you know, just like a lot of people, I mean, you know, sleeping well, eating well, and, you know, some really good time with my family in the off season has me excited and charged up and ready to go for a new year.
Jonathan Lehman, the New York Post. What was appealing to you about this job, and why did you decide that this was the right opportunity to move from college and take over a pro team here?
Yeah, I mean, it's a great question. I obviously when you know, when the position opened up and the more I had the opportunity to talk to Pascal and learn about his vision here with the Sirens, it became apparent to me that, you know, we were really aligned in how we see things, and I think, you know, the first filter to me is that I want to be around good people that are passionate about what they do, and I felt like Pascal and I were really aligned right from our very first conversation. And you know, the other exciting part of being a part of not just this team but the PWHL is the growth path that it's on. And, you know, being a fan last year, watching what was done, was an incredible starting point, and I'm thrilled to jump on board that rocket ship and be along for the ride, because I think we're just scratching the surface in terms of what women's professional hockey can be, and I'd like to have an impact on that.
When you looked at the tapes of last year, there were some things that were basically could be mental or physical. How much emphasis are you going to put on the mental aspect of the play?
Yeah, I think overall, like with any team, you know, tactics and how we are going to go about doing things on the ice is really important. But you know, our collective mentality as a group is going to dictate a lot of what we do. Not just how we play, but how we respond to adversity and things that don't go our way. You know, and I think that's all part of coaching, is trying to build a strong culture where you know, players can respond well in those moments. And so those are things, I think, as a coach, that you've got to be in tune to as the year goes on and you go through some of those ups and downs.
I like a mentor and a teacher.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah.
Pascal.
Oh, second host.
Yeah. Hopefully our last.
I have a question.
Yes.
I know you've been very busy last couple of years. So how many hours of sleep do you get per night?
Oh, I'm glad you're asking. It's easy. Well, you know, I don't want to complain about the hours that I have to sleep, because we're building something. We're building something great. I was kidding with the staff just before I was walking to you. saying, I hope that they're going to ask me how was the office 2 months ago. But we've moved, and now we're building again a new season, a new success that we're looking for. And so to your question, I would say that I'm not even sure that that number exists.
Yeah.
So
The reason why I'm asking that, because when a general manager, your whole ideas going all over the place. Even when you're trying to sleep, you're probably thinking, or maybe even dreaming of things. When do you get rest?
Yeah, I am actually dreaming hockey, breathing hockey, eating hockey. But more than this, it's about like dreaming, building this family, this team, this organization, this league. So yes, the head always spin, but I'm built to have the comfort of doing this. So I understand that there's a lot of hours, but to me it's passion, and just making sure that these people are like smiling, happy, and ready to perform, because that's why we're having them here.
Dream job.
Yeah, absolutely.
That's why how Bill Hathaway from Local Talk. Give me you as a GM.
Yep.
Coming into this job, new team, new area. What about the fan base? You know, the team played last year at the Prudential Tri-State area. Local flavor. How do you build on that as a team and culture?
Yeah, I would say that the league is taking care of it on one side, because we're one league, 6 teams, so we all build together, definitely. And then we have like great people on our business side that Daria is leading, and that you met Anna as well, taking care of the PR, taking care of you all. So every time that we have the opportunity to have you on site, to promote, to ask these questions, and for us to share with you as much as we can, it's our way to be closer with the fan. We're gonna do also, we're gonna start and create our own hockey clinics, hockey camps for the future generation to come and to participate with the players, with the staff. So again, it's a massive opportunity for them to not only to watch them, but to be with them and to learn from them, to learn from all of us. So to us, it's our way to be closer with the fan, but also to have the fan on site to cheer for us and to make that that difference that sometimes makes the big difference between a win, between a goal and no goal, between a call from the referee and no call. It makes a difference again, and to get that extra energy coming from our players. So getting closer, not only us towards the fan, but to have our fans coming to us, because once they are on site, we act, we behave, we are accessible. So we act in a way that we're close to the fan. We're not trying to hide. We're accessible. We sign autograph. We have a photo session. So we have players' appearance. So all these are in place to create the environment you're asking about.
Dan Mauletta, freelancer. When you put together the roster for the off season, what was kind of your mindset, and how do you see this team being better than last year?
Yeah, it's a good question. I will say that if you're asking me to go and pass the roster we had in place, I don't think that we would have changed something. Sometimes the puzzle looks nice, but then for some reason, even though you have all the ingredients on the table, if you're not the same master chef than the other, it might not taste the same, I would be ready in a heartbeat to go back with the same lineup and to redo that first year. This season, we have new players coming. The draft was a great draft, we feel, and we all have the vet coming back and fighting for a spot with the team. So we have spot available to fight for. It's not a camp that all the contract, all the SPA are given away. So we're going to see players competing, and when you play in the best league in the world, you want them to have the opportunity to compete. You don't want them in the comfort zone. You want them to come, to do their best, to perform, because that's the only reason why they're playing hockey.